And here comes Joe Torre coming towards me in shorts and a T-shirt, running and sweating, running and sweating. He comes up to me, we stopped, talked, and then he went on. And I said to myself, it registered, I said, you know, this kid, you know, he's got it made. He could sit back and say, hey, you know, what do I need this? Yeah. And here he is. The one thing that they complain about is his weight and everything else. And here he is 2 days before he's going to sign a professional contract. He's out there sweating. And I think this kind of must have held him good over the years. It must have had something to do with his attitude and everything else.
That's a classic story.
Yeah.
Now, I saw that HBO special you were in, Flatbush. What was that?
Yeah, it was called The Ghosts of Flatbush a couple years ago. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
A lot of good stars in there, co-starring in there.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a lot of nice people. It was kind of exciting. I got a call from the producer, a fellow named Amani Martin, HBO special, and he had picked up my Dodger book, and he was using it as a guide. So what they do is they call you and they talk to you a little bit on the phone. And if they think you might be interesting enough, then they pursue it. And so they decided to put me on. So they, they came to my house and they had cameras and microphones, and my wife had a fit and was knocked over things and all that kind of stuff. But they interviewed us and me, and it was a nice show. And I tell you, it got a lot of play because an awful lot of people saw it. And
well, it's HBO. It's big.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Well, that's what Armani said, because I had something else at the same time I was doing. I was taping something someplace, and he said, well, that's good. But he said, HBO is, top of the ladder. I said, well, fine, go ahead.
So tell us a little bit about the Old Boys of Summer.
Yeah, that's good. We play baseball. I still play baseball. Now, I'm 70 years old. We have fellas as much as 76, 77 years old. We average about 70. Our youngest guys, we have a couple of kids. We have a 59 and a 60-year-old. But we're looking for kids. We're looking for some more of these kids because we figured that the guys on the top are going to gradually drop off a little bit. But we work out every week over at Willowbrook Park here in Staten Island, and we wind up playing 3-4 games a year.
Well, good for you.
And yeah, it is. It's very good. It's truthfully, it's good, the exercise, but you're doing something you enjoy. And the interchange,
Exactly.
And there's something else. I'll tell you another thing that's missing. Years ago was like ragging or making fun of each other. This was a common thing. And nothing was sacred, not race, religion, the size of your nose. That was a common thing. And it's gone because, now, you can't say things.
Yeah, we all had nicknames growing up.
Right,
I still bust chops like that, but some people can't take it.
Yeah, well, that's the fun we have. We're from the old days, and we still do it today. So we have a lot of fun with that. And it's sad that kind of thing goes out of it, because the best way to get along with people is to be able to have fun with them and to laugh. And you don't do that unless they're your friends. So
I know guys 30 years, and I still call them by their nickname.
Oh, yeah.
When we were kids.
Let me tell you something. I grew up with a kid, but his nickname was Coffee Bean. Don't ask me why. I don't know where it came from. Coffee Bean. And about 40 years later, I went to see my father one day, and he said, what I saw the other day? Coffee Bean. He still calls him by his nickname. And it's just, the guy's a grown man. But that was the growing up, though. That was the way we grew up.
Now, before we sum up this interview, what is, the Brooklyn Eagle, you had to write up. The Old Boys of Summer, take on a Cyclone staff. Talk about that.
Yeah, we played over at the Keyspan Park in Brooklyn in Coney Island.
Now, what's your opinion with the Cyclones coming to Coney Island? Definitely brought back the economy over there, right?
Yeah. It was a
great
big thing, yeah. Well, Brooklyn, I always say that there's two words synonymous in the English language. It's Brooklyn and baseball. They went together. And I don't think the Mets or the Cyclones even expected it to be as they sell out every game. They fit about 8,000, and they sell out every single game. So it's Brooklyn was baseball, and people go out there and they support that team, and they love to see it. So
how long do you think you're going to be writing for? We got any other books looking forward to? You working on anything right now?
Yeah, I have something. I spoke with the publisher of the Dodger book. They may have some interest. I wrote something. I put something together called God Created Baseball, and I don't know if they're going to be interested in it, but the whole concept is that, baseball, one of the great things about baseball is that it's a game of failure. It's that hard to succeed. As they say, a fella hits 300, he gets in the Hall of Fame. That's a 30% success rate. And I just imagine if an engineer was a big success because his bridges only fell down 70% of the time. You know, it doesn't make sense.
We'd be in trouble.
So that's the kind of game baseball is. So what happens is that a ball player can go out there and do something during the game and be the GOAT. And then, perfect example, Staten Island, Bobby Thompson, I had the pleasure of interviewing for the second book because he played in Brooklyn also. Bobby Thompson hit a home run in the 1951 playoffs that defeated the Dodgers. Bottom of the ninth inning, game-winning home run. It's called the shot heard round the world. It was recently voted as the most outstanding event in baseball history or something. Big, great thing. Twice he did something wrong in that game. And if they had not won the game, he was the GOAT. He was the GOAT of the game.
Right.
And so 2 innings later, boom, he hits a home run. He's a hero for life. So that's the nature of the game. So I've, you know, fooled around with that for a little bit, see what happens.
Well, listen, Andy, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
You have an open invitation on the show. Anytime you
got
something to talk about, you call me.
Hey,
You're
great.
on.
Wonderful.
Thank you
so
very much.
Thank you very much.
Andy Mele.